Hey, Will, you there?
Yeah, check. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Maryland Eastern Shore and SFMSports.net welcomes you to this presentation of Hawks basketball. Now, Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
William P. Heights Athletic Center in Princess Anne, Maryland. It's time for Maryland Eastern Shore women's basketball. Today, the Hawks take on the Bison of Howard University. And we've got all the action for you on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net. Hello, everybody. Will DeBoer with you courtside from the Shore. Glad to have you here. We're just about 30 seconds shy of the national anthem, so just a quick preview. Eastern Shore coming in at 5-14 on the season, 2-5 in the MEAC. They're coming off of their best MEAC win of the season, 84-73 over NC Central on Monday. Howard, meanwhile, the Bison are 7-12. They are 3-3 in MEAC. That's tied for fifth. They're coming off of a tough loss to North Carolina A&T, single digits, 76-68 on Monday. Sarah Edmond, their star, was out for the game. She had rolled an ankle the previous Saturday, but she is back. She is in the starting lineup, and she is ready to go this afternoon. It's anthem time, so we're going to step aside. When we come back, starting lineups and the opening tip on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya.
Here you go, man.
Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region, with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more. Discover a future that exceeds your expectations. Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
First and fourth.
Back at the Heights Center, Maryland Eastern Shore getting ready to take on Howard University. Howard coming in at 3-3 in conference, 7-12 overall. The Hawks 5-14 overall, 2-5 in conference. Starting lineups for both sides. First, we'll get to Fred Batchelor and the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks. Siani Byram, 5'5" junior guard from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, averaging 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. Alexis Hicks, the 5'5" senior guard from Raleigh, North Carolina. She averages 6 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest. Barisha Gill-Miles, once again, MEAC Freshman of the Week. The 6-foot forward from Lexington, Kentucky, by way of Forest Trails Academy in North Carolina, averaging 11 points, 7 rebounds per game. She had her best game of her career, quite frankly, on Monday. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, leading the Hawks in all 3 categories. Jordan Smith, 6-foot grad forward and center from Durham, North Carolina, transferred from Towson, 7.5 points, 6 rebounds a game. And Kiara Eaton, 5'8" junior guard from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, coming off her best game of MEAC play, 14 points and 8 rebounds against the Eagles. She's averaging 5.5 points and 4 rebounds per contest. As for Howard Bison, under the direction of Ty Grace in her 3rd season now as the head coach in D.C. Ayanna Williams, 5'4" sophomore guard from Washington, D.C., 9 points, 4.5 rebounds per game. She had 18 points and 8 boards in the loss to the Aggies on Monday. Sarah Edmond, 5'9" sophomore guard from Freeport, New York, averages 13.5 points per game. That's 8th in the MEAC, as well as 3 rebounds and 3 assists. She missed the A&T game with a rolled ankle, but she's back now. Tajanine Dobson, 5'10" senior guard from Brooklyn, New York, 7.5 points, 5 rebounds per game. Kirsten Moore, a 5'10" freshman guard / forward from Mount Vernon, New York. She averages 7 points and 4.5 boards per contest. And Jayla Miles, a 6'2" sophomore center from Rochester, New York, from Our Lady of Mercy High School. Expect her to show no mercy on the court. 7 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks per game. She swatted 7 Aggie shots on Monday night. So Williams, Edmond, Dobson, Moore, and Miles for the Bison. For the Hawks, Byram, Hicks, Gill-Miles, Smith, and Eaton. Officials walking the ball to midcourt. Miles to tip off against Gill-Miles. The ball's in the air, controlled by Howard, and we're underway from the shore. This is Ayanna Williams, who walks into the front court. Right to left moves Howard in this first half. They're wearing their road navy uniforms with the red letters and numbers. On the right wing, it's Sarah Edmond. She's the one to watch, guarded by Hicks. She drives it to the right baseline, wraparound pass, bounces out to Moore up at that same spot on the right wing. And now we'll get a touch foul from Barisha Gill-Miles at the right elbow. Gill-Miles getting tangled up with Williams. That's not what you want to see early on after Fred Batchelor. Gill-Miles now 5-time Rookie of the Week in the MEAC, including 2 straight. Right corner, this is Williams driving baseline. Handoff, pass deflected and intercepted by Kiara Eaton. Eaton jogs left to right into the front court. The Shore wearing their home whites with the smoky gray numbers. This is CeCe Byram. Zips a pass down low to Jordan Smith. Right baseline, 10-foot jumper is short. And the rebound to Kirsten Moore. Moore lobs it up to Williams for the Bison. Williams on the left wing stops her dribble. Cross-court rainbow to Edmond. Hands it right back to Dobson. Dobson driving in. Her floater, 10-foot. Strong off the iron. Gets her own board. It's knocked out of her hands. Rolling out of bounds. Last touch by White. Staying on the Eastern Shore end. Howard basketball. They inbound it to Williams on the left wing. Now it's top of the circle to Sarah Edmond. Edmond wheeling around Hicks. Dishes it out for Dobson. Dobson jump pass left corner. Williams for 3. In and out halfway down. And Smith boxes out for the board. Here comes Byram for the Shore. Left to right across the timeline. Right elbow. Jump pass to Gill-Miles down low. Fakes left. Goes right. And she's blocked straight up by Jayla Miles. Well, that's 1 for Miles, who averages almost 3 blocks per game in MEAC play. That's tops in the storied conference. Eaton to inbound. Inside to Gill-Miles. Fakes a shot up and blocked again by Miles. So in the span of 3 seconds, we see Jayla Miles do what she does. Here's Alexis Hicks on the right wing. Hicks cutting in middle of the paint, and a little hand check foul as Hicks drives in. They'll ding Dobson for it. Hawks to inbound once again. This is Eaton who lobs it up over Hicks's head. She never went up for it. And it's intercepted by Williams. Howard in transition. Here's Edmond. Turnaround 12-footer from the right baseline is in. And that's your first basket of the ball game for either side. Sarah Edmond converts, and it's 2-0 Howard. A minute and a half in. Eaton quickly into the front court for the Shore. Now it's Hicks. Chest pass back to Eaton in the backcourt. Dumps it off for Hicks on the right wing. Alexis centering up. Hands it off to Byram in the backcourt. To Eaton. Now Byram again straight away. Catch and shoot three. Halfway down and out. And Edmonds collects it. Edmond up to Dobson for Howard. On the left wing, Dobson stops her dribble. Looking. Finds Moore at the free throw line. Fakes right, spins left instead. Around Gil Miles, and a 3-foot float shot's up and good. Cut in by Kirsten Moore, top freshman. It's now 4-0 for Howard. This is Smith on the right baseline for the Shore. Dropped it back to C.C. Byram. Byram, overhead pass to Hicks on the left channel. Now it's back to Eaton inside to Gil Miles. Pass deflected, and it falls to the hands of Williams. Here come the Bison. Williams zooming around Hicks' right sideline. And some contact down low. An offensive foul as Kiera Eaton got back in time, and Ayanna Williams called for the charge. Hawk basketball. This is Hicks behind the back dribble, guarded closely by Williams. Williams on her like glue, and now Hicks lobs it off to Byron. Right back to Hicks into the left corner for Kiera Eaton. Now it's Byram top of the circle with 10 to shoot. Leading pass for Eaton, left wing, catch and shoot three. Got it. Kiera Eaton on a beautiful feed from C.C. Byram. She's floated over the defense, and it's nothing but net for Eaton. 4-3 Bison as the Hawks on the board. 3 minutes into half number one. And a turnaround jumper from Jayla Miles falls way short. Here's C.C. Byram gliding up court for the Shore. Byram, left of center, finds Eaton on the right wing. Right back to Hicks. Now it's Byram left wide open for the left wing for three. Bang! C.C. Byram with no one within a country mile of her. Back-to-back trays for the Hawks from that spot. Check the heat on that spot right there. 6-4 Shore. 6.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. And now another offensive foul as they'll get Sarah Edmond for a push-off on Alexis Hicks. First substitution of the game as BGM takes a seat. We'll see Kasina Popovich. Popovich, 6-foot sophomore forward from Moscow, Russia. Swap out One Forest Trails alum for another. Popovich in her 8th game of the season. Shore basketball. This is C.C. Byram. Turns on the Jets. Takes it to herself. She's blocked from behind on the left baseline. And here comes Dobson right to left for Howard. Dobson stops at the right wing. Now steps back. Hands off to Edmond. Edmond circling up against Hicks. Step back three. Yes. And that is at 2, actually. Her 2 was on the line. Sarah Edmond, the long-range 20-foot jumper. It's 6 all, 6 even to play in quarter number one. Hawk basketball. Here's CC from the right wing. Now it's Eaton to Hicks on the left channel. Hicks centering back up again. Fakes right. Instead, jabs left. Circles back out again right in front of Ty Grace, head coach for Howard. Now it's Popovich. Backdoor cut to Smith off the glass and good. Nice ball move from the Shore. Jordan Smith comes sneaking in there from the left elbow, and it's 8-6 Eastern Shore. 5.5 to play in the first quarter. And a travel on Sarah Edmond of Howard as she stopped her dribble at the free throw line. Took about 2 extra steps, and Howard gives it away again. Eastern Shore bringing it up. Leading pass up to Hicks. Hicks on the right channel. Cuts into the arc. Now back out again. Now she gets separation. Middle of the paint. Little jumper pushed to the left. And the board tipped once. Collected by Dobson. Here comes Dobson for Howard after the miss from Hicks. Top of the circle now for Edmond. Edmond fakes right, jabs in to the left against Byram. Circles up, floats it out for Dobson, right corner. Taj cuts in, bumps Hicks once, no call. And her float shot falls well short. Smith the board. Here comes Hicks left to right across the big M. Under 5 to play in the first quarter. Byram inside to Smith. Turnaround jumper. Too strong. Popovich fighting for the rebound, and it's tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Blue. That'll do it for our first segment. It's our first media timeout. 4:52 to play in the first quarter. Your score, Eastern Shore 8, Howard 6 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Lion in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, success for our student athletes isn't just measured by wins and losses, points on the scoreboard, or individual stats. It's also measured by their performance in the classroom, in the community, and ultimately graduation. Our student athletes aren't just playing to win a single game. They're playing to win at life, because games end, but life keeps on going. The MEAC, educating student athletes for the game of life.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back at the Heights Center, 4:52 to play in the first quarter. Eastern Shore leading Howard by an 8-6 margin. Hawks facing the Bison for the first of 2 times this season. They'll go to Washington, D.C. to face them in Burr Gymnasium Monday, February 12th. Last year, the Hawks losing twice to the Bison. Fell by just 1 point in this building last January, 72-71. In D.C., it was during the late season doldrums, and Howard was able to annihilate Eastern Shore 71-40. Hawk basketball, Eaton to inbound, slings it in for Hicks on the left corner, and Hicks dribbling out. Bounce pass to Smith, the free throw line. Turn around, catch and shoot. 18-footers halfway down and out, and it's hauled in by Miles. Here comes Howard. Dobson cruising up the left channel, slings it up for Williams. Williams in the left wing, cutting in at the free throw line against Byron. Spins left. Popovich comes over to help. The float shot too strong, but she wrestles away her own rebound, and 5-4 Williams misses a second chancer. Rebound for Smith. Here comes Byram for the Shore. Byram waiting for her troops to get back. She's on the right wing. Flips it for Eaton. Eaton driving left side of the paint. Jump step, and she's hacked on the way out by Jayla Miles. Miles with the foul, and Kiki Eaton creates the shot attempt. She's at the free throw line.
Number 32, Kiera Eaton at the 9, shooting 2.
Well, Eaton at the stripe, coming off a 14-point, 8-rebound, 3-assist effort against NC Central, her best of the conference schedule. First free throw's up and good. Fred Batchelor mentioned it on Hawk Talk Live earlier this week, just to remind us that when she's healthy, Kiera Eaton, in his eyes, is the best player on the team. Certainly the most dynamic. Second free throw's up and good. So Eaton, a 58% foul shooter, shooting above her pay grade that time. 10-6 Shore, 4:14 to play in the first. Howard basketball, Williams and Edmond ping-ponging it up court. Now it's over the big M, and Williams has it. Lobs it for Dobson on the right channel. Screen set by Miles. Now Dobson in, up and under layup. Doesn't get any sort of leverage, and she got stonewalled down low by a white jersey. Basically flips it into the stanchion. Way out of bounds. Hawks take over. Here's Byram working around a mini press from Howard. Into the front court now. It's Hicks on the right wing. Back out to Eaton. Eaton fakes right, jabs in left, float shot, 10-foot, yes. Kiera Eaton got the separation, and she's got 7 points already. Maryland Eastern Shore doubling up Howard right now, 12-6 Shore. They're on an 8-0 run. 3:33 to play in the first. Now Alexis Hicks with a steal in the backcourt. Here comes Alexis Hicks, one-on-one. Byram helps out, left side, lays it up and in. A great transition bucket from Maryland Eastern Shore. 14-6 Hawks. 3:20 to play in the first. Howard looking for a response. This is Williams on the left wing. Feeds Miles down low. Miles stripped, and Hicks comes up with another steal. Here's Alexis jogging into the front court. Bounces it back for Eaton. Back to Hicks. Right corner three. Yes, sirree! Fantastic transition. Ball movement from the Hawks. It's 17-6 Shore. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Howard reeling. The Hawks on a 13-0 clip. Inside to Miles for the Bison at the free throw line. Back out to Edmond, who will dribble out and try to reset here. Howard flailing for an answer. Edmond now has it right of center. Long three ball rattles around and out. And Smith climbs the ladder for it. Hicks, left to right for the Shore. Chest pass to Eaton, right wing. Cutting in against Miles. She's bumped on the way up, and it's a travel call before she can shoot the basketball. Eaton takes the extra step, trying to push the envelope, but it costs her. Hawks give it up. Mass substitutions for Eastern Shore. Portia Sidnor, Tori Morris, Martha Thompson all in as Smith, Eaton, and Byram all get a rest. 11-point deficit for Howard. 2:26 to play in the quarter. Here's Ayanna Williams circling up, working against Portia Sidnor now. Williams, top of the circle to Moore. Moore fakes in against Popovich. Hand off in the backcourt to Jayla Thornton, a freshman from Newark, New Jersey, who's fresh. And she shot that one from Newark and missed everything. But Williams there to chase down the long rebound, and a fresh 30 for Howard. Ayanna Williams, a sophomore from DC, zooms in, splits a couple defenders, gets her shot caught in the rim, and it falls harmlessly to Morris's hands. Here comes Sidnor serpentining into the front court. Leaves it off for Hicks for the Shore. Strong pass inside of Popovich, and somebody got a hand on it. Now Williams splits two defenders. Here comes Howard in transition, an easy practice layup for Ayanna Williams. A much-needed answer for the Bison. It's now 17-8 Shore. 100 seconds to play in the first quarter. Here's Hicks for Maryland Eastern Shore. Back out to Martha Thompson. Portia Sidnor's got it on the right wing. Now it's Hicks straight away. Thought about the three. Working against Williams. Screen set by Morris. Hicks zigzagging into the left with the left hand. Her shot just falls short. And there's a Howard rebound. Morris tackles her to the floor. Imani Bryant, who's fresh into the game, the sophomore from Berkeley, California, draws the contact from Morris. Just the second foul against Eastern Shore in this first quarter. Brisha Gill-Miles back in. And Regine Martin onto the floor for the first time. Martin, the defensive battering ram. Eastern Shore bringing a full court press as Kirsten Moore to inbound. Chest pass in to Ayanna Williams. Now Williams right to left, turns on the jets to get around Martin. Martin gets back on defense, and she circles up in a half-court set. On the left wing, it's Williams, biding her time, cuts in at the free throw line. Float shot, good from just inside the stripe. Ayanna Williams, she shoots 36% from the floor, 17-10. Howard back within a touchdown with a minute to play in the first quarter. Sidnor for the Shore. Now it's Martha Thompson, catch and shoot left wing three. It's an air ball just out, and an ill-advised Taj Dobson reaching for that basketball deflects it. What should be Howard basketball instead is a lucky break for Eastern Shore. Sidnor inbound from underneath her own basket. Floats it into Gill-Miles. Got a hand on it, somebody. Martha Thompson's there to clean up, and her little bunny hopper from the MEAC logo's up and in. So Thompson makes up for her miss the second chance points. 19-10 Shore. 40 seconds to play in the opening quarter. This is Williams cutting in against Martin. Blocked from behind by Morris on a drive to the right baseline. Now it's Regine Martin serpentining into the front court. Martha Thompson has it left baseline. Her shot's off the side of the backboard, and Howard's able to clear it. Here comes Jayla Thornton up the right sideline, and she's called for the carry. Palms the basketball. It's now with 24 seconds to play in the first quarter. Eastern Shore's got a chance to hold on for the last shot, if that is their prerogative. Now it's Martin zooming against Ayanna Williams up to Portia Sidnor in the front court. 14 seconds to go. Martin rainbows in the right corner for Martha Thompson. Her pass deflected out into the hands of a Hawk cheerleader. 11 points, 4 seconds to play in the opening session. Here's Martha Thompson to inbound. Thompson pounds the basketball, looking in, bounces into Gill-Miles. Double team, kicks it out to Regine Martin, and a reach-in foul before the pass. Looks to be against Ayanna Williams, and that's foul number 5 against Howard in this quarter, which means Brisha Gill-Miles has 2 free throws in her future with 10 seconds to play in the first. Gill-Miles is the one weakness in her game right now, a 44% foul shooter, but she averages 4.5 foul shots per game. So the rest of the MEAC basically taking the hack-a-shack approach to her this time, and she pushes this free throw well to the left. It's a strategy that has thus paid off for the rest of the league. But if Gill-Miles is able to improve her free throw shooting to 60%, it doesn't need to be spectacular. It just needs to be better than 40. And she will be, well, she'll just take her game to a brand new facet. Gill-Miles, lefty's second free throw, rattles around and out, and Bryant climbs the ladder for it. So Still a 9-point Hawk lead, 5 seconds left. This is Dobson who brings up for Howard. Right elbow, kicks out for Edmond. Her three ball right of center, way strong. Gil Miles with the board, and that's it for the first quarter. Maryland Eastern Shore, after a 13-0 run, zooms ahead to a 19-10 lead after 10 minutes of action. We'll take a break and come back with quarter number 2 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya. Here you go, man. Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region, with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Second quarter action from the Heights Center. Eastern Shore leading Howard 19-10. Three officials this afternoon: Kevin Dillard, Mark Behrens, Tony Patillo. Fine crew. Very nice, all three of them. Hawk basketball as we begin quarter number 2. This is Portia Sidnor on left wing. Overhead pass to Morris. Tori's to the free throw line working against Dobson. Hand out to Gil Miles. Fakes right, moves left instead, but she travels on the way. Oh, Gil Miles a little too eager to cut in. She saw the open lane. Didn't get a clean spin on the tires. Howard basketball. Kirsten Moore kicks it into Edmond. Edmond right to left across the big M for the Bison. Edmond hands off to Dobson, left wing, cuts in baseline, open space, and she wraps around Thompson for defense, and it's up and in. Taj Dobson, her 20th start of the season, and she converts the first points of the second quarter, 19-12, Eastern Shore, 30 seconds in. Cross court to Martha Thompson, left corner for the Shore. Now it's Regine Martin. Rainbow to Sidnor on the right wing. Now it's Gil Miles, nobody around her. Slings a pass into Tori Morris, and Morris can't get the angle with the left hand. It's back out to Thompson, and Martha Thompson from 15 foot, it's in. Thompson cleaning up once again. 21-12 Shore. 1 minute into the quarter. Howard basketball. This is Edmonds dancing around in the backcourt, guarded by Martin. Screen set, stops her dribble, finds Imani Bryant at the free throw line, working against Morris, and Morris fouls her on the way up from the right baseline. That's foul number 2 against Tori Morris. So now free throws for the first time for Howard. Imani Bryant's a 52% foul shooter. From Berkeley, California, she attended the Miller School out there, and her first free throw pushed to the right and rattles out. Bryant back-to-back state championship game appearances with the Williamsburg Christian Academy, the first school. Jordan Smith in as Tori Morris checks out. Williamsburg Christian Academy actually in Virginia as she moved to the East Coast for the rest of her high school career. As that second free throw is in and out. Rebound for Gil Miles. Here comes the Shore the other way, still up 9. Thread the kneel inside Jordan Smith. Smith blocked by Bryant. Out of bounds, and Eastern Shore 2 inbound. Long arms from Howard. The Bison, 5.5 blocks per game. That's second in the league. Catch and shoot inbound, and Gil Miles with a dump shot from the left side of the paint. Too easy for the 6-foot freshman, and Buns makes an 11-point lead for the Shore at 23-12. 8:30 to play before halftime. There's Sarah Edmond dancing around the backcourt for Howard. Dumps it off for Dobson at the left wing. Contested 3. High arc of the shot, and it clanks off strong. Gil Miles with the board. There's Regine Martin zigzagging in. Takes it out for Sidnor. Thought about the left wing 3. Instead, it's Martin, her left corner 3. Skims the rim. Martha Thompson, the offensive board. Leaves it short. Gets her own rebound once more. And a fresh 30 for Eastern Shore. They'll have a third chance to convert. Sidnor. Cross-court chest pass to Martin on the right wing. Regine finds Martha Thompson. Bounce pass in for Gil Miles. Fakes right, moves left instead, leaves it short off the iron. Howard basketball, but a scrum near the right sideline as Martha Thompson nearly came in for a steal. Tipped out of bounds, last touched by Martha, so Eastern Shore takes over.
Johnson, Kelsey Jacob, and Adrian Mance. Jacob, the freshman from Springfield, Massachusetts, and James Stockton from Woodbridge, Virginia. And then Johnson, a reception from Durham, North Carolina. Nice basketball. It has lobbed in to Edmond. Timeout called very quickly by Ty Grace. 7:40 to play in the second quarter. 23-12 Shore on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back at the Heights Center, 7:40 to play in the second quarter. Eastern Shore leading Howard 23-12. Will DeBoer with you on the Shore Sports Network. I know we cut out there a couple of times. Well, wires tend to fray every now and then, but we are doing what we can. Hawks, meanwhile, nothing's frayed about their approach in this game. They lead Howard by 11. The offense has sort of slowed down in this second quarter, but the defense, sterling for the Hawks. They've forced 8 Howard turnovers already. They've only given it away 6 times themselves. Howard basketball after the timeout. Edmond lobs it into the front court for Kelsey Jacobs. They run the Hail Mary and it's stripped in the middle of the paint. Falling to the floor is Jordan Smith, and she comes up with a steal. Nice defense by the Shore. This is Portia Sidnor in overdrive in. The up and around layup is a bit short, and Kelsey Jacobs with the rebound. Here comes Howard the other way. Edmond galloping into the front court with the right sideline. Stops the dribble. Zips it in for Johnson. Johnson working down Smith on the right baseline, and Smith commits the foul. Johnson had the extra step in.
Jordan Smith, number 32, Amanata Johnson at the line.
And it's Amanata Johnson to shoot a couple of free throws. Johnson, freshman center from Durham, North Carolina, rolls in her first free throw. 56% foul shooter.
Re-entering the game for the Lady Hawks, number 2.
Martha Thompson and Portia Sidnor out, and the North Carolina duo is in. Cece Byram and Kieri Eaton, the 2 Winston-Salemites. Second free throw rattles around and down for Johnson. She makes them both. 23-14. Shore up within single digits now. Howard. It's 7:10 to play in the second quarter. Regine Martin on the left wing for the Shore. Chest pass to Eaton in the backcourt. Eaton fakes inside, then dribbles around. Now zips it to Byram on the right wing. CC finds Martin, fakes it, and a wild pass nearly takes out Ty Grace, the coach. She wasn't open. Well, she was open, but she wasn't on the court, so the Hawks give it away on a wild pass from Martin. Sarah Edmond up to McCants into the front court for Howard around that Jesse T. Williams signature. Now she zips around deeper into the backcourt. McCants finds Edmond on the right wing. McCants fakes right instead, circles up left from the right elbow. Her pull-up jumper, yes. Sarah Edmonds got 6 points, and now it's a 7-point game again. 23-16 Shore. 6.5 to play in the second quarter. Regine Martin catch and shoot 3 from the left wing. Bit too strong off the iron. Gil Miles saves it in. Jordan Smith comes down with a 50-50 ball. Nice hustle by the Shore. Fresh 30. Here's Byram. Now it's top of the circle to Martin. Back out to Byram. Cece at the free throw line. Tries to thread the needle to Eaton, and it's tipped out of bounds by McCants. Long arms of Asia McCants. The Hawks will get 19 seconds to shoot it from the inbound. Alexis Hicks checks back in as Regine Martin gets a rest. Starters all back in for Eastern Shore. Byram, Hicks, Eaton, Gil, Miles, and Smith. This is Hicks, takes a screen at the free throw line, skips it to Eaton on the left channel with 10 to shoot. Gil Miles hits a screen. Eaton bobbing in and out. Now it's Hicks, fakes a 3, drives in. Her pass deflected sky high, and it's a jump ball right underneath the Hawk basket. Possession arrow pointing to Howard as Hicks had an open lane, tried to do too much with it that time, a little too friendly. Generous, giving, what have you. Howard basketball, 6 minutes to play in the second quarter, still 23-16 Hawks. McCants takes the lob into the front court for the Bison. Nearly travels about 40 feet from the basket, instead of handoff to Edmond. Edmond zigzagging in, bounce pass to the left wing to Jacobs. Now it's left corner, back out to Jacobs. Jacobs in at the free throw line. Jump pass to Bryant to the right baseline. Bryant tries to bang it off the backboard. It's way strong. A scrum for the board. It's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by a white jersey. Sticking with Maryland Eastern Shore. Edmond inbound, no look pass. They left McCants wide open, left corner for 3. Got it. Asia McCants got separation from the whole pack, and now Howard's as close as they've been since the early portion of the game. It's a 4-point contest. 23-19. We have a 23-19 for the Hawks. 5:16 to play before halftime. Smith top the circle for Eastern Shore. Overhead pass to Hicks. Drives in, and a 15-foot floater is well short. Called in by Johnson. Here comes Howard. This is Edmond on the left elbow. Back to Edmond. Back out to McCants now. McCants will slow it down, pumping the brakes. Hicks guarding loosely. Hawks in a 2-3 zone, it appears. They'll float it into Bryant at the right elbow, cutting in. Against a triple team, and Bryant blocked by Jordan Smith. Long arms by Smith. Here comes Byram, left to right for Eastern Shore. Byram at the left elbow, dancing back out. Gil Miles trying to set a screen here, and now Byram. Jump pass to Eaton, right corner 3. It's an air ball, and Bryant reaches up for the board. Howard getting tangled up. Kelsey Jacobs into the front court with it for the Bison. Jacobs stutters up against Byram, drops it back for Edmond. Edmond, cross-court lob to McCants on the left channel. Screen set as McCants centers up. Top of the circle. Edmond lobbed inside for Bryant. Tipped out by Smith, and Eaton comes down with it. Nice defense again by Jordan Smith. Here's CeCe Byram on the left wing for Eastern Shore. Skips it into Smith. Fakes in. Takes a couple of steps, and her layup is up and good. Jordan Smith from the left side of the cylinder. 25-19 Eastern Shore. 4 minutes under to play the second quarter. And now McCants looking for a repeat with their three-pointer from the left corner. It's short of everything. An air ball, but a foul on the scramble for the rebound. Kiara Eaton commits her first foul. Third foul of the quarter against Eastern Shore. None so far against Howard. Relatively clean game, at least in the foul column. Gil Miles wiping up some sweat with the sweat mop. Sweat breaks brought to you by some company that sponsors perspiration. Into the backcourt for McCants, and McCants will walk it out, reset traditional offense for Howard. Flings it in from Moore inside to Johnson. Johnson ran into a bunch of traffic at the right baseline. Her shot high off the backboard. Hawk basketball pushing into the front court. They left Hicks wide open right corner. Her 3 ball strong. Rebound from McCants. Leading pass up to Johnson. And Johnson, her eyes as big as pie in the sky. And she travels with nothing but open space in front of her. A little too eager that time. Hawks take over. Byron walks into the front court. Still a 6-point lead with 3:20 to play before halftime. Here's Hicks. Wraparound pass to Eaton on the left wing. Eaton goes back to Hicks. Alexis catch and shoot three. Bang! Alexis Hicks rattles it home. He's got 6 points today. It's a 28-19 Hawk lead with 3 minutes even to play before halftime. Sarah Edmond at the right channel, gliding in the backcourt for Howard. Now finds McCants. Back to Edmond, who calls for some help. Edmond isolated right now, goes right back to McCants on the left wing with 10 to shoot. Now it's Edmond again. Fakes right, moves left instead. Jump pass, too tall for McCants. It's out of bounds. Hawk basketball.
Re-entering the game for the Bison, number 10, Taj Johnson.
Taj Johnson checks back in for Howard. Breach Gill Miles flips it in to CeCe Byram, and the Hawks trying to stretch the lead to double digits once more. Starters still on the floor for White. Here's Gary Eaton, one-handed pass to Hicks on the right wing. Smith coming over to set a screen. Hicks takes it, zigzags in. Back out to Eaton. Quick pass to Gill Miles, and Gill Miles dragged her foot on the left baseline. A travel against Eastern Shore. Jayla Miles back in for Howard, and Kasina Popovich into the game for the Shore as Barisha Gill Miles takes a breather. 2:28 to play before halftime. 28-19 Eastern Shore. Edmond with it for the Bison. Jump pass to Dobson to beat a double team. Now it's back out to Miles, and Jayla Miles from 16 foot on the right baseline. Nothing but net. A line drive shot, and it's 28-21 Shore. 2:10 to play in the second quarter. Hawk basketball. Byram nearly pickpocketed the backcourt. They work it back to Eaton on the right wing. Overhand strong pass to Byram. Byron accelerating in. Her pass to Popovich, juggled around and kicked out of bounds by Dobson, who just couldn't get a clean read on the ball. 13 to shoot for Eastern Shore. Eaton pounds the rock. Finds Byram, who's open. Left of center three. Leaves it short. Rebound punched in the air, and Miles hauls it in. Howard basketball. McCants up to Edmond. Now back to McCants deep in the backcourt. The Bison down a touchdown. Here's Edmond on the right sideline. Screen set. Edmond floats a pass to Dobson on the left wing. Hawks come over to double team with 9 to shoot. Screen set for Dobson. Takes free throw line. Jump step. Teardrop in. Tough shot by Taj Dobson. She gets it done in traffic. 5-point basketball game. 28-23 Shore. 80 seconds to play before halftime. There's Byram on the right wing. Bounce pass to Popovich. Back out to Byram. Now it's Eaton top of the circle. No look back to Byram. Inside to Smith. Smith. Backdoor cut to Popovich. Reverse layup over everything. And it's the board from Miles. Nice play execution for the Shore. Popovich just too strong on the flip. 1 minute to play in the half. This is Edmond sitting on the rock for Howard. Edmond circling up against separation from Hicks. Finds McCants on the left wing. Back out to Edmond. Around the horn to Moore. Catch and shoot three. Air ball. Short of everything. Popovich lets it bounce twice out of bounds. And it's Eastern Shore basketball. Byram to walk it up. There's about a 14-second difference between the shot and the game clock. The Hawks cannot hold on for the last shot here. Eaton to Hicks, fakes a three-pointer, instead zigzags in, drops it back for Eaton. Now it's Byram on the right wing. CeCe cuts in, and a reach-in foul against Taj Dobson. First foul of the quarter against Howard. What it'll do is reset the shot clock and turn it off for this second quarter. That's the second foul against Taj Dobson. But now Eastern Shore can hold on for the last. Hicks to inbound, looking down low. Instead, she'll float it out to Byram, and CeCe might just sit on this basketball and let the clock wind down. Fred Batchelor has his right hand up from the coach's box, apparently indicating just that. 15 seconds left. Byram's letting the clock milk. Now 10 seconds. Popovich trying to set a screen. Byram takes it to the left wing. Accelerates in against McCants. Jump pass out to the Hicks. Right corner three. In and out. Miles collects the rebound. Byram rips it away, and her desperation shot at the horn is pushed to the right. In and out. That's halftime. Eastern Shore holding a 5-point cushion at the break. It's 28-23. The Hawks over Howard at halftime. I'd like to buy an H there, Vanna. We'll take a break. We'll come back with halftime stats. We'll see what's going on in the MEAC on this Saturday afternoon. Again, your halftime score, the Eastern Shore Hawks 28, the Howard Bison 23 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMsports.net.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
This is Hawks basketball from SFMsports.net.
Here's a list of reasons why AT&T Prepaid is a great prepaid choice, according to Julius and Deb.
When you switch to AT&T Prepaid,
you get 2 ZTE Maven 3 smartphones for free.
And 2 lines for $75 a month.
Hey, I was going to say that.
Beat you to it.
AT&T Prepaid has no annual contract.
No activation fee.
And AT&T's reliable network.
No hidden fees.
No credit check.
No compromises.
AT&T Prepaid has plans for people who like great prices.
Plans for people who like great deals.
Flexibility.
Reliability.
Customers named Deb.
Customers named Julius.
Customers in Springfield.
Customers not in Springfield.
The list is long.
Really long.
Thanks, Julius. Thanks, Deb.
You're welcome, announcer guy. Hey, I was saying that.
No matter your reason, switch to AT&T Prepaid and get 2 free ZTE Maven 3 smartphones and 2 lines on AT&T's reliable network.
Limited time offer available at participating AT&T stores. 2 for $75 per month requires 2 new lines of service on the $45 monthly plan each under a multi-line account. Account owner on autopay. Reliable network claim for third-party sources, fees, coverage, and other restrictions apply. Details at att.com/prepaid.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMsports.net.
We welcome you inside the Hawk Halftime Show, courtside at the Heights Athletic Center in Princess Anne, where your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks lead the Howard Bison 28-23 after 20 minutes of action. Pulled aboard with you on the Shore Sports Network. Maryland Eastern Shore with a 13-0 surge in the first quarter. They turned a 6-4 deficit into a 19-6 cushion. Howard since come back, but 5 is as close as they have gotten. Eastern Shore has been in the driver's seat since about the midway marker of the first quarter. They take a 5-point lead into the break. Let's get right down to brass tacks and stats. 11 for 34 Eastern Shore from the floor in the first half. 11 for 34 is about 32%. 4 of 12 from long range. So Eastern Shore connecting from deep. They don't usually do that. They came in as the worst shooting three-point team in the league at just 25%. They've upped it to 33 for the first 20 minutes of action. 2 of 4 from the free throw line. As for Howard, they're shooting 10 of 26, just slightly better in the first half, 39%. 1 of 7 from long range, and 2 of 4 from the free throw line. So not too many fouls or free throws to speak of. A quick-moving basketball game in the first 2 quarters. Leading scorer for the Hawks, Kiara Eaton at the halfway pole. 7 points for Eaton on 2 of 3 shooting, 1 of 2 from deep. She has a couple of assists, a block, and 2 steals to go along with it. So Kiara Eaton putting together another fine half for the Shore. 6 points for Alexis Hicks. She has a couple of trays in this one, also 2 assists and 2 steals. Other scorers for Eastern Shore, 5 for C.C. Byram, 4 each for Jordan Smith and Martha Thompson, 2 for Brescia Gill-Miles, and then Tori Morris, Casina Popovich, Regine Martin, Portia Sitnor, all scoreless. As for Howard, Sarah Edmond leads the way for the Bison. 6 points on 3 of 5 first half shooting. She's also given it up 4 times. 4 points each for Ayanna Williams and Taj Dobson. 3 off the bench for Asia McCants. A deuce each for Kirsten Moore, Jayla Miles, and Aminata Johnson. And then scoreless in the first half, Kelsey Jacobs, Imani Bryant, and Jayla Thornton. Rebounding-wise, Eastern Shore holds the advantage off the glass 22-19, including 10-5 on the offensive end. Fouls, 6 for the Bison, but concentrated. 2 fouls each for Ayanna Williams and Taj Dobson, a couple of their backcourt players. Williams barely sniffed the court in the second quarter. As for the Shore, 5 fouls. Only Tori Morris has 2. Everybody else who has fouls has 1. Gil Miles, Smith, and Eaton. Assists, 8-4 for Maryland Eastern Shore on a Hawk team that's about middle of the road in the MEAC and sharing the rock, coming off of a 19-assist night against NCCU, sharing the ball well again. 2 assists each for Byram, Hicks, and Eaton in the backcourt. Turnovers, the Hawks have given it up 9 times, but they've forced lucky 13 from Howard in the first half. 4 each for Williams and Edmond, as the Hawks have brought a fine defensive game plan so far. Blocks 5-3 for Howard, including 2 unsuccessive shots by Jayla Miles in the first quarter. And steals 6-4 for Maryland Eastern Shore, 2 each for Hicks, Eaton, and Smith. Points in the paint, it's all square 4-4. Points off turnovers, 15-13 for Eastern Shore. Second chance points, 6-3 for the Hawks. Fast break points, 2 each. And then bench points, 5-4 for Howard, as it's been a starter-heavy scoring first half. We've had 1 tie and 1 lead change. Howard had the opening couple of buckets. Eastern Shore took the lead about halfway through the first quarter, and they've held it ever since, leading to a 28-23 lead at halftime. Adjustments for the Hawks. They got to get the shots falling again, as their good shooting day from A&T, NC Central, meanwhile, carried over into the first quarter of tonight's game. 7 of 17 shooting. They were just 4 of 17 in the second quarter, so they'll have to try and find the shots coming out of the locker room. For Howard, meanwhile, they got to keep their guards out of foul trouble. Williams and Dobson with 2 each. If they start putting them up, if they start falling, then Howard could come back in this game. But nothing is settled, and we're in for another low-scoring defensive slog at the Heights for the final 20 minutes of action. We'll take a break. When we come back, see what else is happening in the MEAC on a Saturday afternoon. Conference play in full swing. And for Eastern Shore, at least, we're approaching the halfway point of conference action. A lot of other schools at that as well. The second half in about 7.5 minutes. So stick with us. We'll have a score update next on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region, with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard, with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more. Discover a future that exceeds your expectations. Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hassa Restaurant on the Bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya. Here you go, man. Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back on the Hawk halftime show, Maryland Eastern Shore leading Howard 28-23 at the midway marker. Hawks trying to get some revenge after losing both matchups to the Bison last season. Let's take a look around the MEAC, shall we? One game that we have stats for. It's halftime from Coppin State. The Eagles leading South Carolina State 26-24. The Hawks are heading up to Baltimore for Monday night's game against Coppin State. That'll be our second time in Baltimore this season. Other matchups we don't have live stats for. Savannah State's at Dell State. The big rivalry in Greensboro. NC hosting NC Central. Hampton hosts Florida A&M. And Norfolk State hosts Bethune-Cookman. The Lady Wildcats, once again, cream of the crop in the MEAC. Let's break down how the standings shake up coming into this one. Bethune-Cookman at 5-0. They've got some company at the top. North Carolina A&T also 5-0. Norfolk State 4-0. And you got Hampton with one conference loss, and then it's just a whole bunch of fog. The fog of war in the middle of the MEAC this season. Howard 3-3. NC Central's 3-2. Coppin State's 3-3. Morgan State's 3-4. Florida A&M's got 3 conference losses. South Carolina State's got 4. Eastern Shore's at 2-5. They're tied with Delaware State for 11th in the MEAC, and then lowly Savannah State at 0-6 in conference play. Teams have taken the floor for their second half warm-ups, at least Maryland Eastern Shore has. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we will have second half action, third quarter to be specific. Eastern Shore trying to hold off Howard and win their second straight MEAC game on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, success for our student athletes isn't just measured by wins and losses, points on the scoreboard, or individual stats. It's also measured by their performance in the classroom, in the community, and ultimately graduation. Our student athletes aren't just playing to win a single game. They're playing to win at life, because games end, but life keeps on going. The MEAC, educating student athletes for the game of life.
Hawks fans, for over a century, Delmarva Power has provided safe, reliable energy to customers throughout the region. That's a powerful connection you can count on from here at the shore to throughout Maryland and Delaware. To learn more, visit delmarva.com or call 1-800-375-7117. Delmarva Power, proud sponsor of Maryland Eastern Shore Athletics.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back on the shore. Hawks trying to close out Howard. It's 28-23 at halftime. The third quarter action coming up momentarily. Which is some top 25 scores across women's basketball. Well, it's January, which means there's three things that you can count on in the United States of America: death, taxes, and UConn Huskies buzzsawing their way through the American Conference. Top-ranked UConn 98-45 over Tulane in Storrs, Connecticut earlier this afternoon. 12th-ranked Ohio State, a 78-62 winner over Michigan State. And then later on this afternoon, 24th-ranked TCU hosts Oklahoma, and 6th-ranked Texas has Iowa State in town. It's halftime from Oklahoma State. The Cowgirls leading Texas Tech 37-32. Oklahoma State ranked 19th in the nation. Both teams have headed back to their respective corners. The sides will switch their direction in this second half. Eastern Shore will move right to left and Howard left to right. Hawks trying to climb out of their hole at home as well. The Eastern Shore coming in 4-4 at the Heights Center this season. A win gives them a winning record in conference play. Eastern Shore basketball to begin the third quarter. Kiara Eaton to inbound from the scorer's table. Skips it into Byram, and we're underway. Eaton gets it back on the right wing. Now it's Hicks in the backcourt. Back to Eaton. Starters on the floor for the Shore. Gil Miles and Smith also joining the three guards. This is Hicks on the right corner. One-handed pass for Byram. Steps up. Left wing three. Strong. Long rebound. Chased down by Edmond. And it's ripped away by Eaton. Kiara Eaton, a 1-on-4, and her floater, too strong, skips off the back of the iron. Hauled in by Miles, and here comes Howard. Trying to put an end to all that. Here's Ayanna Williams in the backcourt for the Bison. Left to right moves Howard in their blue uniforms this half. Starters on the floor for Howard. Williams and Dobson each with 2 fouls. Here's Williams cutting in against Byram. Steps back on the right baseline. Cross-court lob to Dobson. Now top of the circle to Edmond. Edmond driving in. Teardrop middle of the paint. She's bumped around. It falls short. Smith with the board. And here comes Byram into the front court. Cece on the left wing. Drops it back for Eaton. Kiara lobs it for Hicks. Hicks circling up. And a foul on the baseline. Or the backcourt, rather. Both start with B. Sarah Edmond called for the push. Second foul against Edmonds. So that's all 3 guards for Howard. All 3 starters with 2 fouls early in the third quarter. Eaton's basketball for the Shore. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Clangs strong off the rim, but Byram chases down the long bounce, and Eastern Shore retains possession. Byram's 3 well short. It's an air ball. Gil Miles tries to swat it in. She steps on the line, and Eastern Shore with a bad giveaway that time. Howard basketball, still 28-23. Both teams looking for the first bucket of this second half. On the left sideline, it's Sarah Edmond for the Bison. Screen set, Edmond top of the circle, skips in. Her pass way too strong. It jostles out of bounds. Last touch looked like by a white jersey as that hit Moore and 2 Hawk defenders. So it stays on the Howard end. Underneath her own basket, Williams to inbound. Looking, floats into the left channel for Edmond. Back to Williams, left corner, inside to Miles. Cuts across the paint, left to right. Her shot rims in and out, but she's fouled on the way up. That's Barisha Gil Miles, and that's number 2 against Buns. Jayla Miles back to the free throw line. A 68% foul shooter. Not bad for 6'2". The sophomore from Rochester, New York. And her adventurous free throw drops on in. Miles had back-to-back double-doubles last week. 11 and 14 against NC Central, 11 and 10 or 10 and 11 with her 7 blocks against A&T. She was named MEAC Player of the Week for her efforts, and she salvages her second free throw. So 28-24. Howard back within 4 points. 8 and change to play in the third quarter. Hawk basketball. This is Gil Miles, left baseline, slings it in for Smith, blocked from behind by Miles, out of bounds, and the Hawks get to inbound. Just past 3 o'clock on the Eastern Shore. Quick moving basketball game so far. knocking on wood. That's what you hear in the background. Gil Miles takes the inbound catch and shoot, and an easy 8-foot J. Barisha Gil Miles with 4 points, 5 rebounds. Looking for a better second half as the Hawks go up 30-25. 7:50 to play in the third quarter. Dobson has it on the left wing for Howard. Drops it back for Williams, who circles up right side of the paint. Falling away floater. Salts the rim and out. And Eaton chases down the long rebound from the floor. Here's Kiera Eaton jogging in the front court. To Byron, back to Eaton, top of the circle. Fakes right, cross court in. Bounces left to Byron. Now it's Hicks from the right wing. Back to Byron. They left Eaton open. Left corner for 3. Front of the iron. Ripped away by Williams. Williams floats up for Edmond for Howard. Howard in transition. Edmond, a wild falling away catapult shot, and she's fouled by C.C. Byram. Nice awareness by Sarah Edmond that time to start her shot motion. Wild as it was, it's still a shot. First foul against Byram, and we'll see Sarah Edmond to the free throw line. Edmond, a one-time player of the week in MEAC action. That was that last week of December of 2017. Edmond with 12 points against Campbell, and then right before that, 28 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists in a New Year's Eve game against Brown. And her first free throw rolls on home. Edmond, 67% free throw shooter amongst those who qualify. It's top 15 in the league. 7:21 to play in the second quarter. This to make it a one-possession game. Edmond sinks it. 30-27. Eastern Shore's lead down to 3. 7:18 to play in the third. Here's Hicks up the right side for the Shore. Zigzags in. Jump pass out to Eaton on the left wing. Kiera no look to Hicks in the left corner. Driving in. Teardrop in the baseline. Skims off the iron. Rebound picked up by Moore. And here comes Williams serpentining into the front court. Stops and pops from 9 foot. Falls way strong. Edmond picks up the long board. And her layup didn't get quite the angle. PGM with the board. Hawk basketball. C.C. Byram accelerates in. Middle of the paint. Stripped from behind, out of bounds. And it's Hawk basketball as Howard's long arms have thwarted quite a few paint attempts from Eastern Shore. Quickly into Gil Miles, and she's fouled as it looked like Williams reached around from the free throw line. Gil Miles far away. Might have sold the bump a little bit. Williams got mostly ball, but not all ball. So the foul against Williams, and that's number 3 against Ayanna Williams, one of the more important players for Ty Grace and company. Gil Miles back to the free throw line. Missed a couple in the first half. First one this time clangs strong off the iron. Oh, Asia McCants, who averages 10 minutes per contest, will have some significant playing time at a crucial juncture in the game. Howard within one possession. Gil Miles' second free throw leaves it well short, and a skip into the air by Miles. Barely needs to jump for the rebound. 30-27 Shore, 6:40 to play in the third. Asia McCants sits on in the backcourt from the edge of the M. McCants dribbling to her right channel, calling off the offense on the left side. Bobs in and out, floats to Edmond on the left sideline, back to McCants, and McCants travels before she can really drive in from the left elbow. A giveaway for Howard. And for the Bison, that's their first or second turnover this quarter. They gave it away 13 times the first half. Shore basketball, Eaton on the left wing, floats to Hicks. Now it's Byram on the right wing, zips it to the right baseline. Smith catch and shoot from 18 foot strong. Gil Miles chases it down, picks it up from the floor. A fresh 30 for the Hawks. Eaton from the edge of the M, bombs it to Byram. Skips it into Smith. Now back out to Hicks. Straight away 3. Well strong. Rebound tipped once, and Eaton comes down with it. Third chance for Eastern Shore on this possession. CC with it. Finds Hicks on the left wing. Gil Miles coming over to set a screen. Instead, they nearly get tangled up. Hicks laterals back to Eaton. Eaton gallops in. Handoff to Gil Miles. Jump step. Hicks, right wing 3. Way short. Eaton the offensive board. A fourth chance for Maryland Eastern Shore. Hawks milked quite a bit of clock here. Now they need a bucket to show for it. Byram, Hicks, And now Byram again, top of the circle. Going back to Hicks. Hicks zigzagging in. Handoff back to Byram. Now Eaton in the right corner. Thought about the three and said it's back to Byram with 9 to shoot. Gil Miles free throw line. Circling in. Reach around past Jordan Smith from the right baseline's up and good. Beautiful execution for the Hawks. Everybody touches it that time. And Jordan Smith converts on the 4th chance of the possession for the Shore. 32-27 Hawks halfway through the 3rd quarter. Howard basketball, and Eaton swats it out of bounds. The pass from Dotson pushes it right back in her face. This will take us to immediate timeout. 4:59 to play in the 3rd quarter. Your score, Eastern Shore 32, Howard 27 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more. Discover a future that exceeds your expectations. Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back in Princess Anne, 4:59 to play in the 3rd quarter. Eastern Shore leading Howard 32-27. Ty Grace now in her 3rd year at Howard. Last season, a complete reversal of fortune. The Bison were 4-12 in league play in 2016. In 2017, they were 12-4, 16-13 overall. Helps when you have the player of the year in the MEAC. They had her in Tisha Heslip. Heslip averaged 15 points, 5 assists, and 4 steals per game. Howard finishing 2nd in the league behind just Bethune-Cookman, but upended in the quarterfinals of the conference tournament by North Carolina A&T. Trying to get back there this year. Bison basketball. Asia McCants feeds Bryant inside. Imani Bryant turns around, and Miles misses her layup on the left baseline. Rebound wrestled away by Gil Miles. Here comes Byram, serpentining in the front court. Jump pass back out to Eaton for Eastern Shore. She floats it into the left wing for Hicks. Cross-court rainbow to Byram. Jump pass inside. Jordan Smith, 16-footer, halfway down and all the way down now. Jordan Smith with the open look in the J. She's got 8 and 8. 34-27. It's back up to a touchdown for the Shore. 4:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. Howard basketball. It's Dobson on the left wing. Lobs it cross-court to McCants. Now back out to Sarah Edmond. Dobson again from that same spot. Dobson faking in at the left elbow. Stops her dribble. Left baseline to Bryant. Bryant works around Gil Miles. Tried to hand it off. It was tipped up in the air, and it's to Asia McCants. McCants falls over at the right wing, and Howard gives it away. 3rd turnover of the quarter for the Bison. And the Hawks have a chance to make it 9 or even 10 again. Byram, Eaton, Hicks. Now skip pass to Byram on the right channel, right in front of the Hawk bench. Chest pass to Hicks. Reach around inside to Gil Miles. Fakes left, moves right instead, and Marisha Gil Miles flicks it up and in. There's that beautiful paint move from Buns. 36-27. Hawks up 9. 3:40 to play in the 3rd. Dobson has it for the Bison. Jump pass to McCants on the right wing. Now into the corner for Edmond. Her 3 ball skips the rim strong. Rebound touched out of bounds. Last touch by Blue. And Eastern Shore takes over. Jayla Thornton, the freshman from Newark Tech in New Jersey, back in for the Bison. Byram working against Edmond as she jumps into the front court, and her pass deflected, intercepted by Imani Bryant. Bryant spins around Byram, and Imani lays it up and in. Beautiful steal from Bryant. 6-1 in transition, tough to stop. 36-29 Shore. 3:10 to play in quarter number 3. Hicks has it, biding her time from the Maroon M. Hands off to Byram. Now it's Eaton. Back to Alexis Hicks again from the Jesse T. Williams signature. 10 to shoot. Hicks zigzags in, kicks it back out for Eaton. Cross-court lob to Byram, left corner with 4 to shoot. 3. Eaton straight away. 1. Teardrop, banks it strong and out. Board chased down by Thornton, and Gil Miles steals it away, and it's up and in. Dorisha Gil Miles. As Howard fell asleep, Gil Miles pointing to her bench, getting the accolades. Great awareness from the freshman. 38-29. Eastern Shore leads. 2:25 to play in the third quarter. Now a wild shot from Dobson. Catapult straight up. Easy board for Gil Miles. Here comes Alexis Hicks for the Hawks. Hawks pumps the brakes to the right wing. Now it's Gil Miles, top of the circle. Out to Byram, working into the left corner. Eaton spots up from 3. It's an air ball. Easy catch, rebound by Dobson. Dobson into the front court, up the left sideline, marked by Hicks, stops her dribble, pass deflected by Gil Miles. Miles has it now. Inside to Amani Bryan, and Bryan with a similar layup, gets bumped on the right post, but it's off the glass and good. 38-29 Shore, 1:45 to play in the third quarter. Gil Miles, Byram rather, for the Shore, hands off to Hicks. Now it's Eaton in the backcourt, one-handed lob to Byram. Screen set by Gil Miles as Byram met in the backcourt by Thornton, and Thornton picks her pocket. Here's Jayla Thornton in transition. Thornton, layup and in. 5'9", Jayla Thornton with the interception. Doesn't steal it much. Effective that time, and all of a sudden, Howard's back within 38-33 with 1:15 to play in the third quarter. Here's Eaton on the left channel for the Shore. Finds Byram, now Hicks, no look inside to Smith, and it's out of bounds beyond Jordan's reach, and the Hawks give it away again. And the starters who have played most of this quarter now get a breather. Portia Sidnor, Martha Thompson, Tori Morris back in, joining Gil Miles and Hicks on the floor. Here's Sarah Edman sauntering across the court, left to right for the Bison. Thornton on the left wing. Finds Dobson top of the circle. Dobson marked by Hicks, under a minute to play in the third quarter. Thornton in the left corner. Her three ball falls short. It's hauled in by Martha Thompson. Here comes Portia Sidnor for White. Sidnor, stutter steps in, now slams on the brakes. Dumps it off for Thompson. Now it's Gil Miles, right baseline, overhand lob out to Hicks. Hicks nearly stumble over with the force of that pass. Sidnor biding her time in the backcourt. 10 to shoot now from left channel. It's Hicks, left corner, catch and shoot 3. Almost another air ball, skims the front of the rim, but Thompson chases down the rebound again. Thompson doing rather well off of misses in this game. So 10 seconds to shoot. Hawks can run out the clock in the third quarter. Sidnor circling in, up and under, layups off the glass and strong, but she's fouled on that shot attempt, and Portia Sidnor is going to the line. Taj Dobson with foul number 3. And here's Portia Sidnor at the stripe. Barely gets to the free throw line at all. 1 for 5 on the season, and her first one is strong off the iron. Hicks takes a seat. Regine Martin back in for Eastern Shore. We'll assumedly see this lineup to begin the fourth quarter as well. Portia Sidnor from Morgan Park High School in Chicago. Second free throw, strong arc, but it's pushed way to the right. Rebound from Miles, 3 to shoot, 2-1. A time for a half-court heat from Dobson. It's an air ball into the cheerleader section, and that's it for the third quarter. Low-scoring affair, 30 minutes down, 10 to go. Eastern Shore holding a 38-33 lead over Howard. We'll be back for the fourth next on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
If this were just any door, and this were just any ignition, connected to just any transmission, in just any vehicle, then perhaps it would be okay to buy it from just anyone. But this is not just any car. It's a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz. Every detail has been inspected and road tested by highly skilled Mercedes-Benz technicians. And it's all backed by an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 5 years, which makes the decision of where to buy one simple. Your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. The certified pre-owned sales event going on now through February 28th. Come in today and take advantage of 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing offers available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. Because in the end, it's absolute confidence in genuine Mercedes-Benz parts, or it isn't. It's either Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned, or it isn't.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
Take Hawks basketball with you anywhere. Get the SFM Go app in the Google Play or iTunes Store and stream on SFM Sports Channel 2.
Back for the fourth quarter. Maryland Eastern Shore leading Howard 38-33. Bison basketball, the inbounds to Ayanna Williams. 10-10, a wash in the third quarter. And now as Williams drives in, she's bumped on the wing by Regine Martin. First foul of the quarter, 6 seconds in. Williams to inbound for red and blue. Floats it up to Miles. How did she get that basketball? Knocks over Gil Miles, and the layup rattles out, but Williams there to clean up off the glass on the left side. Ayanna Williams with the bucket. It's a three-point game again, 38-35. Sure, Gil Miles serpentining around three defenders. It was nearly intercepted. Challenges the whole Howard offense, and she bangs a shot off the backboard and draws the foul in the process. Dangerous segment for Eastern Shore as Howard brought a full court press of a defense. The infractions on Jayla Miles, and now Barisha Gil Miles, who is 0 for 4 from the stripe today, goes back for redemption. First shot, line drive, halfway down and out. Gil Miles on the verge of another double-double. She's got 8 and 8. Jordan Smith also with 8 points and 8 rebounds. Second free throw finally drops in, tickles the twine. Gil Miles now 1 of 6 from the free throw line today, but the second one that time makes it a two-possession game again at 39-35. 30 seconds into quarter number 4. Williams has it for the Bison, takes a screen top of the circle, threads the needle to Thornton on the left wing, hands it off to Edmond. Edmond stops her dribble left channel, zips it to Miles the left elbow, finds Williams. She moves right baseline, blocked by Tori Morris. Scrum for the ball, it's in the air, no change of possession. 3 to shoot for Howard. Catch and shoot, left corner 3 falls well short, and it's hauled in by Portia Sidnor. Sidnor gliding right to left across the Big M for Eastern Shore. Under 9 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Sidnor drives in, kicks out for Thompson. Deep right wing 3. Got it! Martha Thompson from NBA range. Right in front of her teammates on the bench. 7-point Hawk lead, 42-35. 8:40 to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Edmond from the left wing, left wide open. Her 3 salts the rim, but doesn't get the line. And Tori Morris with the board. She's fouled in transition. Ill-advised foul against Howard as Jayla Thornton just ran into her. She was trying to run back on defense. Taj Dobson checks back in for the Bison. Now here's Regine Martin, and she draws a foul behind the timeline. Ayanna Williams with the elbow check, and that's number 4. Now Williams with 8.5 minutes to play in this game, and Howard still very much in it, will sit with her 4th foul, and it's on the shoulders of Asia McCants now. Here's Portia Sidnor. Stutter steps in. Stutter steps a second time, dancing around the middle of the paint, up and under a layup. Doesn't get the angle, and Miles hauls in the board. Miles now with 9 rebounds. This is McCants who has it for Howard. Drops it back to Edmond. Edmond, middle of the front court, bounces a pass to the elbow. They work it inside for Miles, with Miles, the pump fake in, and she shoots it over Morris and Gil Miles, up and good. A timeout for Fred Batchelor after that last segment. It comes at the 8:01 mark of the fourth quarter, and that's our media timeout. 42-37 Eastern Shore with 8:01 to play on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Hello, I'm your waiter, Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya.
Here you go, man.
Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hossa Restaurant on the Bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
Back at the Heights Center, 8:01 to play in the fourth quarter. Maryland Eastern Shore holding a 42-37 lead over Howard. 5-point lead unchanged from what it was at halftime and what it was after 3. Howard's never gotten closer than 3 in this game, at least since the first quarter when Eastern Shore went on its 13-0 run about halfway through that opening session to really establish control. The Hawks led by as many as 11 points in the first quarter. Howard's kept it close ever since, but the Hawks have been in the driver's seat. Hicks to inbound for the Hawks, and it's into Regine Martin. Martin sprinting into the front court, lobs it for Gil Miles. Now it's back off to Hicks. Finds Martha Thompson on the right wing. Martha cuts in. A little crossover dribble as you stripped. Martin's there to clean up off the floor. Martin kicks it back to Gil Miles, now at 13 to shoot. Gil Miles zigzagging in, and she's blocked hard. No foul. And now there's a foul as Regine Martin came crashing in on the scrum for the ball. Was that Sarah Edmond? It was. Well, Martin fouls Edmond that time, and Sarah Edmond, who missed the Monday game against A&T with an ankle injury, a bit banged up that time, appears to be okay now. Asia McCants jogging into the front court for Howard. Feeds inside for Miles, and Tori Morris with a great punch of the basketball into the hands of Thompson. Here's Martin in transition now. Tori Morris blocked from the right side of the paint. Tori Morris starting that transition and ending it with a shot attempt and 2 free throws. Great steal by Morris. Imani Bryant with her first foul. It's the 4th against Howard already in this fourth quarter. The Hawks will shoot free throws the rest of the way. Tori Morris is first, spins in. Tori, a 68% foul shooter. Again, pretty good for 6'2". Transfer from Grand Canyon University, originally from Bishop O'Connell High School in Herndon, Virginia. Her final season, trying to finish strong. Second free throw rattles in. Iron, backboard, and down for Tori. She's made both of them. 43-37 Hawks, 7:18 to play. Down the left baseline, it's McCants, and McCants with a finger roll from inside the cylinder is good. Asia McCants showing some explosiveness. 44-39, Howard answers. 7 even to play. Martha Thompson fakes a shot from the left corner for the Shore. Now it's inside to Morris. On that right shoulder, spins to her left. Left-handed layup off the glass and good. Morris backing down her man. 4 straight for Tori. 46-39 Shore. 6:51 to play. Edmond has the top of the circle. Bounce pass to Bryant. The left elbow for Howard. Falling in her floater is pushed to the right. Down on the floor. A reach down and a sort of rugby scrum for it. A foul is called. Or is it? Or he was just out of bounds. It was just out of bounds. No foul put up on the board. Edmonds to inbound. Flicks it into Miles. Now hand off to Edmond. Her right corner 3. Well strong. Martin rips away the rebound. And a blocking foul in transition as Martin rammed over Dobson. Taj Dobson didn't have the angle, and Martin fell hard on her right shoulder. Both parties appear to be okay, and that's foul number 5, which means Howard's gone into the bonus, and Regine Martin will shoot 2 free throws. So for Regine Martin, this will be her first test from the stripe today. 78% foul shooter.
21, Regine Martin at the line, shooting 2.
Junior guard from Jacksonville, Florida. Will fly into her hometown airport in a couple of weeks as she explores the space on the rim, but gets the first one to fall. Last year, when the Hawks played Bethune-Cookman, they flew into Jacksonville and drove the extra time to Daytona Beach. They'll probably do that again this year as Tori Morris rolls home her second. So the Hawks perfect from the free throw line so far in the fourth quarter. They have plenty of more chances. 48-39 Shore, 6.5 remaining. Here's McCants top of the circle for Howard. Ping-pongs with Edmond. Now Edmond's got it again on the left shin. Inside for Dobson. Dobson double team. Wrap around pass to McCants. Blocked by Thompson. Thompson chases down the rebound. Here comes Martha in transition. Her pass deflected out of bounds as Bryant got back and got a fingertip on it. He could sign up to play for New England with a defensive play like that. Alexis Hicks, the intended target. And Kelsey Jacobs checks back in for Howard. Hicks to inbound from underneath her own basket. She floats into the backcourt for Martha Thompson. Thompson, stop and pop, free throw line. One-handed shot is good. Martha Thompson makes it 11. Ties the largest lead of the game for the Shore at 50-39 with 6 minutes to play. Howard basketball. This is Jacobs on the left wing. Back out to McCants. And now it's Jacobs again, driving the middle of the paint. Falling away her layup is strong, but she draws a foul. A blocking foul against, we'll see who that's on. Regine Martin, that's number 3. Kelsey Jacobs from Springfield, Massachusetts. Good place to play basketball. The Stone Lee Burnham School as she hits her first free throw. And let's be honest, there's really only a handful of states in the country where you could possibly go to a place called the Stone Lee Burnham School, and Massachusetts is one of them. Second free throw rolls on home for Jacobs, and she makes them both. 50-41 Hawks, 5:44 remaining. There's Regine Martin, flicks it back for Hicks at the M for the Shore. Hands it off to Martha Thompson. Thompson at the right wing, cuts in, jumps it back for Martin. Deep three! Gets caught between backboard and rim. That's a jump ball by Rule, and it's Hawk basketball. It will reset the shot clock, and Eastern Shore retains possession. And now I got 2 basketballs on the floor as someone used a spare to get it loose. Thompson inbound, fresh 30 for Eastern Shore, and it's way into the backcourt. Gil Miles is at a backcourt violation as she dribbles it off of Edmond, and it's going Howard's way. Or is it? One of the officials, Tony Patillo, raising her hand. Oh, that's his first substitution. A couple of substitutions. Kiara Eaton's back in for the Shore. Ayanna Williams with 4 fouls for Howard. Williams will have to play cautiously lest she fouls out of this game. So crucial to Howard, averaging those 9 points. Bison work it down low, and Miles' jump hook falls short. Rebound tipped out by Blue, and Eastern Shore will bring it up. Hicks, Thompson, Morris, Gil Miles, and Eaton on the floor for White. Alexis Hicks trying to work around a half-court trap. Floats it into the front court for Eaton. Kiki driving in, finds Martha Thompson. Right corner 3, well short. Rebound for Gil Miles, cutting in, middle of the paint. Adjust midair, right-handed layup off the glass and good. Another great move by Varisha Gil Miles. She's got 11 and 9 after the second chance bucket. 52-41 Eastern Shore, 4:50 to play. Miles backing down Morris, and Morris ties her up. Tori Morris smiling and nodding to herself. Yeah, she got all that one. Ball will stay with Howard. Morris stuffing the ball right back in the face of Jayla Miles. Jacobs to inbound, looking for Williams, and the 50-50 ball nearly stripped by Hicks. Williams eventually comes down with it, throws a dart at the shot at the rim from 10 foot, and it's in. Lucky break for Williams. 52-43 Shore, 4:35 remaining. Alexis Hicks trying to get separation for Williams. Shake her off like flypaper. And off to Eaton. Now it's Thompson and Hicks on the right channel for the Shore. Hicks centers up top of the circle. One-end pass to Thompson. Inside, deflected. Gil Miles gets it. 3-foot bunny hop. Nothing but net. Barisha Gil Miles on a sort of faux assist from Thompson. 54-43 Hawks. Coming up on 4 minutes of play in the ball game. Edmond hands off to Williams in the backcourt for Howard. Cross court back to Edmond, and Edmond skids her tires on the left wing. Howard gives it away. They've protected the ball a lot better in this second half, but it's not enough this time. We'll take our last break. 4:01 to play in the ball game. Your score: Eastern Shore 54, Howard 43 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Caterers.
Setting up.
DJ.
Spinning oldies all night.
Gift.
Their favorite jazz album, signed.
Total party cost.
$550. Just send me your half with Zelle.
Oh, Zelle. That's already in my Wells Fargo mobile app. Sending money now.
Great. Mom and Dad's 25th anniversary is going to be perfect.
Send and receive money from just about anyone with a U.S.-based bank account. Wells Fargo, building better every day. Terms and conditions apply. The Zelle service is property of Early Warning Services, LLC, Wells Fargo Bank, N.A.
Your car has lots of lights. You've got headlights, interior lights, the light that comes on when you open your glove box. But there's one light that's the best of the bunch, your check engine light. And at AutoZone, we have the tools to help you troubleshoot the real problem for free. Whether it's something serious or something simple like a loose gas cap, you'll get a MyZone health report to help save you money and hassle down the road. So if your check engine light comes on, come on over to AutoZone and let's get you what you need.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Down the stretch we come. 4:01 to play in the fourth quarter. Maryland Eastern Shore almost out of the woods. They lead Howard 54-43. Matches their largest lead of the ball game. They have led for 32 minutes and 19 seconds this afternoon. Hawk men to tip off against Howard approximately 4 o'clock. It'll be a bit later, about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Eastern Shore, the women trying to win their second straight as Barisha Gil Miles, the jump stepped in. Her pass to Smith telegraphed and touched out of bounds. Hawks keep possession. 3:50 remaining. Arthur Thompson inbound from underneath her own basket. Kirsten Moore comes back in for Blue. Thompson skips it in for Gil Miles. Dart shot, missed everything off the backboard, and Dobson collects the rebound in transition already. Thompson stonewalled by Hicks, and now Howard slowing it down. They're working it to Miles, left elbow, cross court, fling to Dobson, her right wing three, strong. Long board chased down by Miles. Fresh 30 for Howard, who's running out of chances here. Bison shooting not particularly well in this half as they work it into Jayla Miles from the left post. A bunny hop, flick of the fingers in. 54-45 Eastern Shore. Up single digits, the largest single digit with 3:13 remaining. Martha Thompson gets the handoff from the left elbow, stripped on her way up, and it's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Bison. Barisha Gil Miles, 13 points and 9 rebounds. She's one shy of her fourth double-double and would be 2 in a row for her. The inbound is to Gil Miles, and Buns blocked by Miles, Jayla Miles of Howard. Bison in transition. Ayanna Williams takes it hard to the rack, and with the left hand, left side, the right hand over the shoulder layup is good. 54-47 Shore. 2:50 remaining, but Howard with a modicum of momentum here. Hicks dancing around in the backcourt. She's Fred, and Anna Williams is Ginger. They nearly turn it over that time. Now it's Thompson at the left wing. Gil Miles top of the circle, fakes a pass, now drives in, hands it off to Eaton. Eaton hacked hard. No, that's Smith, rather. Hacked hard on the right baseline, just outside the paint. So Jordan Smith to shoot 2 free throws. And that's foul number 5 against Taj Dobson. So a starter for Howard fouls out with 2:37 remaining. Jayla Thornton checks back in. Dobson disqualified with 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Jordan Smith at the line, a 66% foul shooter. The Hawks, who are the worst free throw shooting team in the MEAC coming in, shooting 5 of 6 from the line in this fourth quarter. They get 5 for 7. And now announcers Jinx alive and well. That one was halfway down from Smith. Hillside High School in Durham, North Carolina. We'll be visiting her hometown in a couple of weeks when the Hawks play NC Central. Second free throw, nothing but net. So the Hawks now 6 of 8 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. It's 54-47. Shore up 55-47 now. 2:30 to play. Thornton on the left wing for Howard. This is Williams, top of the circle. Skips a pass, nearly intercepted. Thornton has it. Her 3-ball skims the iron. And Bryant with the rebound, but she's called for the over the back. Imani Bryant with the foul. And who absorbed that? Looks like Kiara Eaton had the board. So Eaton to the free throw line. It's been a long way back for Kiara Eaton. She missed the first 6 games of the year with various ailments as she hits her first free throw. Had a breakout game against UMBC. But over the last couple of games has really started to find her footing again, and she makes both of her free throws. Kiara Eaton with 9, 3, and 2 points, rebounds, and assists in this game. And the Hawk lead is double-digit again, 57-47, 2:20 to play. Couple subs for the Bison. Ayanna Williams, Sarah Edmond bringing it up court. This is Williams with it. Chest pass to Edmond on the left channel. Back to Williams. Takes a shot over Byram. Instead, drops it back for Edmonds. Top of the circle. Flicks it off to Williams. Her right wing 3 is in. It rolls on home. And Ayanna Williams gets it to 7 again. 57-50 Hawks. Under 2 minutes to play. CeCe Byram sitting on the ball on the left wing. Scoop pass to Eaton in the left corner. Kiki dribbles out, finds Gil Miles on the right wing. Bounce handoff to Hicks. Skips it to Eaton again. Eaton now with 10 to shoot. Finds Hicks deep in the backcourt. Alexis, lateral to Byram. 5 seconds to shoot. CeCe Byram, screen set, drives in free throw line. Stop and pop. Strong off the iron. Rebound to Williams, and Williams nearly stripped by Hicks. Ayanna Williams taking it herself in transition. It sits on the rim and down. Ayanna Williams doing all she can. She's got 15 points, and the lead is 5 again. 57-52 Shore, 1:14 to go. Tick, clock tick. Gil Miles in the backcourt. Still a 2-possession game as Gil Miles jukes her man in, goes up with the right hand, left baseline. It's strong. And Gil Miles on the floor gets her own rebound from the scrum. 1 minute to play and a fresh shot clock for the Hawks. What an effort from Marisha Gil Miles, and she's now got a double-double for the second straight game. 13 points, 10 boards. Byram. It's the 8th day of Christmas for her as she milks the clock. Flings it in for Gil Miles. Fakes into Smith, but she travels. Gil Miles had an open lane, but gives it away with 41 seconds left. And a timeout taken off the bench from Ty Grace of Howard. 40.7 to be exact on the game clock. Eastern Shore 57, Howard 52. We're exactly where we were at halftime, and at the third quarter, a 5-point lead. Now the Bison have gotten quite a bit out of Williams with her 15 points. Jayla Miles has a double-double in this game with 10 and 12. Sarah Edmond, in her first game back from a one-game absence from injury, has been contained to just 8 points today. She averages nearly 14. Howard needs a bucket and a quick stop. Perhaps even a Hawk mistake. They use the timeout to advance the basketball, so Edmond will inbound right in front of the Bison bench. Floats it into Williams. Williams on the left wing in the backcourt. Marked by Hicks, man-to-man for the Shore. Top of the circle now, Edmond. Edmond circling up. No-look fling into the right corner. 3-ball from Thornton, well short. Byram gets the board in transition. The shot clock is dead. Long live the shot clock. Long live CeCe Byron, was nearly stripped. It's into the backcourt now. Still no foul is called here. All these seconds ticking off. Byron circling out. Now it's Hicks on the right sideline with 13 seconds left. Howard still hasn't fouled. And finally, about 20 seconds too late, Jayla Thornton comes in. Alexis Hicks. And with 11 and a half seconds remaining, it appears to be all she wrote.
Number 3,
Alexis Hicks to the free throw line, 64% foul shooter. If she makes them both with 3 possession and basically puts this thing on ice, but she rattles it to the right. 57-52 Hawks. 11.6 seconds remaining. Alexis spins the ball to herself, puts the second one up and good. 58-52 Shore. Hicks with 7 in this one. 8 seconds remaining. This is Williams zigzagging in, punched away by Hicks. Byram comes up with a steal. She'll dribble out with 1. And it's game, set, match for the Hawks. Eastern Shore in control from the opening gun. They make it 2 in a row at the Heights Center. A 58-52 win over the Howard Bison. Hawks improve to 6-14 on the season. They are 3-5 in MEAC play, 5-4 at home. They're back above 500 in the friendly confines. Howard falling to 7-13 on the season. They are 3-4 in conference play, and just 2-9 away from their home at the Burr Gymnasium. See if Fred Batchelor comes on over to chat with us post-game, and here he is right now, slowly making his way, triumphant once again. There you go, Coach. All right, well, Coach, here's the first quarter. That 13-0 surge is what really put you guys in control, and there were a couple of close moments, but for the most part, you had a little stiff arm to Howard for the rest of the game.
Yeah, we were able, I think it was on the defensive end, because offensively, I'd love to see our statistics. I'm sure they weren't great. We went, I think coming out in the second half in the third quarter, we had to go 1 for 13 to start and still have a lead. So, the defense held us up. We limited them to just some simple one shot. And I thought our kids played hard enough and aggressive enough, particularly on the offensive glass, to help us stay in the game, even though we didn't shoot that well.
It seems like on both ends, the paint was really sealed off. Long arms from both sides. Tori Morris played a good game defensively. Gil Miles with another double-double. She's got 13 and 10 in this one. So while the offense might not have been there, the bigs were doing it.
Yeah, I thought defensively we held true to what we wanted to do in protecting the basket and protecting the paint. And I'm glad to see we're playing defense the way we're playing and limiting them to one shot. I thought we rebounded the ball really well. A couple lapses, here and there, mental lapses, and sometimes that's fatigue. That's my fault, not getting them out before it happens. A couple plays I saw that, they were out there a little longer than they should have, and we paid for it. But I thought for the most part we played a tough, aggressive game, and I thought we played harder than them.
Off the bench, Martha Thompson had 9 points and 5 rebounds. She seemed like she had eagle eyes in this game. There were at least 3 or 4 instances where off of a second or a third chance, she was able to swoop in, get the long board, and put it back up and in.
I thought she was aggressive. She was aggressive, and I think she was dialed in. And, it's funny when you see that in kids. I saw it in her in practice the other day in running sprints. She outran everybody to the point where we had to pull her off the line because she was working so hard. And that carries over, and I try to tell them all the time, those are the things that makes the difference. It puts you in a position to be successful. And I think Marty's going to try to find a way to become a big part of what we do going down the stretch, and we really need her to do that.
Free throws, you look at that, 9 of 12 in the fourth quarter. This team has struggled at the line at times this season, but really coming through when they needed to the most.
Well, we continue to work at it. We like to shoot a higher percentage. Makes things a lot easier. We still left 9 free throws on the board. And if we lose this game, we would be saying that's the reason. So, we want to take away every excuse, and that's making free throws. And I thought today we did a better job of finishing layups, but I thought we played hard and aggressive enough to win the game.
Before we let you go, what's got to change in time for Coppin State? What do you hope carries over?
Well, it's going to be tough. We got to shoot better than we did at home. We shot 32%. Coppin zone, we got to shoot the ball better than we did today on the road, which is a challenge for us, but we have to find a way to do that.
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll see you there.
Thanks, Will.
Fred Batchelor, after a happy recap from Maryland Eastern Shore, the Hawks with a 58-52 win over the Howard Bison this afternoon. Shore improving to 6-14 overall, 3-5 in conference play. Howard's now 7-13. They're 3-4 in the MEAC. Top performers for the Hawks, Barisha Gill-Miles with her second straight double-double. She's got 4 this season, 13 points and 10 rebounds as she makes another bid for what would be her 6th MEAC Rookie of the Week crown and 3rd consecutive. Jordan Smith just missed a double-double with 9 points and 8 rebounds. Martha Thompson with 9 off the bench. Kiara Eaton had 9. Really balanced scoring attack for the Hawks. They didn't shoot it particularly well, but a lot of Hawks got in on the action. Now, the Eastern Shore men have taken the floor now. The Hawks trying to snap a frustrating 5-game skid. Most of those losses by single digits as they'll take on the dynamic duo of Howard, R.J. Cole and Charles Williams. One of them the reigning MEAC Freshman of the Year. One of them the presumptive for this year. Let's see. It's about 3:46 right now, so I think we can come back at 4 o'clock even. 4 o'clock even pregame coverage from the Heights Center for the Hawk men against Howard. Until then, on behalf of all of us here from the Heights Center, is Will DeBoer saying so long. Get yourself some late lunch and come back for the back end of our basketball doubleheader on this Saturday afternoon. Again, your final score in the women's game, the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks 58, the Howard Bison 52. This has been Hawk Basketball on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
This has been a presentation of Hawks Basketball from SFMSports.net.
Children are in school today than ever before. UNICEF and our partners have provided school supplies to over 5 million children. Education is the key to lasting peace and economic development in Afghanistan and around the world. For every child, advance humanity.
Thanks for asking, but I'd rather not send you nude pictures. I'm camera shy. I already said no. Under my clothes, I'm a robot. My webcam is broken. I'm worried they'll get passed around school. I have a rash. I have nudophobia. I have lizard skin. I'm a vampire, so I don't show up in pictures anyways. Your badgering has really killed the mood.
When someone is pressuring you to do something you don't want to, how many ways can you say no before they get the message? Let us know at that'snotcool.com. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Coming soon to Fox Sports Radio. It's Annie Zodarovich sings the classics. Gidget the black-nosed cockapoo, cockapoo. Reimagined as songs about her dog. So throw out the figgy pudding and go get some doggy biscuits and give them to my dog Gidget the cockapoo. All the holiday classics in one place, except that the first line is now a song about a dog, and we throw everything else out. My dog's name is Gidget, and she's a cockapoo. Cockapoo. Yule-shaped logs of doggy-doo. Glory to the cockapoo. Download Annie Zodarovich Sings the Classics at foxsportsradio.com. Right next to that interview Ramos did that nobody knows about.
Again, like last year, nobody really cares.
This is Fox Sports Radio on iHeartRadio. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live.
So I have everybody's attention.
24/7.
I took it right to the edge.
365.
What part of that don't you get?
Whatever is in your sports world.
Chris Paul got into Blake Griffin's face. Yeah. And then it escalated.
We are live.
Stephon Diggs just a score. You got to be kidding me. And the Vikings just won the game.
And we bring it to you as it happens.
Hot take.
That's actually pretty good.
On Fox Sports Radio. UFC Fight Night is on Fox. Middleweight contenders Ronaldo Jacare Souza and Derek Brunson will meet again. Don't miss out on all the prelim action beginning at 4:30 p.m. Eastern on FS1. Then tune into the main event at 8 p.m. on Fox.
coming down the stretch. Great news. Quick way to save money. Switch to Geico. Go to geico.com, and in 15 minutes, you can save 15% or more on your car insurance. Want to thank the guys today. Nick's all in with his Ducks. You can't even beat the expansion team. How about the Golden Knights of Vegas, man? This is an unbelievable story, Brady. I mean, this is a first-year expansion team, and they're steamrolling the league.
Dominating.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
That's
what happens when you go to Vegas.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if the Raiders have the same success.
Mind, apparently.
Well, Fleury, got cut loose by the Panthers. I guess he had a little game left.
Steve, the NHL playoffs it'll come real quick.
Okay. I want to thank it is. It's actually in hockey. It literally is a different sport.
It's another game.
It's a different sport.
Exactly.
David Gascon doing the great job with the updates. Future voice in the XFL. And then, of course, Robert's producing as he does.
Yeah.
Unmatched in his producing skills. Tomorrow will be the Pro Bowl. Again, there were 35 alternates that will be in the game. 35 players who were not selected for the Pro Bowl will be in the game, which actually is 2 less than last year. Last year, there were 37 alternates. So about 40% of the rosters did not play or chose not to play, and that means that 35 extra players this year, 37 last year, can say, I was in the I'm a Pro Bowl, even though technically you really
They
weren't.
will, yeah.
I mean, to give you an idea, the NFC, all 3 offensive tackles and all 3 offensive guards that were picked, none of them are playing.
Out.
All
I don't
6
blame him for a second.
out, which was good news.
And
for
that's because,
6 guys.
Steve, it's just not the same as other sports because there's there's 2 factors here. First is the risk of injury. You get injured, in football, it's higher likely that it's going to be serious, okay? And it's higher likelihood that you do get injured because it's a contact sport. And that's just because of the nature of the game. And the other factor is the non-guaranteed contracts. If you go out into this Pro Bowl, get injured, there's no guarantee that somebody's going to be waiting for you on the other side to get ready to pay you this money that you so far have scheduled to be paid. Or if you're going to be a free agent, all of a sudden you may have less suitors or the deal that you're getting is going to be a little bit different. So there's not much upside at all for these guys to go play. I mean, there's incentives and contracts and things of that nature, but that just goes if you are named to the Pro Bowl. It doesn't actually go if you play in the Pro Bowl, considering you don't have an injury, which you can make up any injury excuse.
Well, example, that was Phillip Rivers.
There's no real reason to play in this game.
Right.
There's no reason to.
Rivers was selected for the Pro Bowl legitimately this year, and he decided he's hurt. I don't know. Where did he get hurt? The last game I saw against the Raiders, he looked good.
Get credit for it. Yeah. Well, it's his way to get credit for it contractually and so on and so forth. But guess what? I'm with you with Rashard. I just changed my assessment of Rashad. Rashad.
Please. Rashad. There's no.
I'm sorry. I completely change it. He is a dynamic kind of Christian McCaffrey.
He returns kicks. He catches the ball. He
catches the ball in the backfield. Yeah. He's got that explosive burst in the open field. He's a big run between the tackles kind of guy. I'm moving him in the middle of the first round.
Wow.
He's a middle of the first round. Yeah. Because he's a guy that's a game changer. Yeah. You could play him in so many different scenarios. He's like a Kamara. He's a guy that can be. I mean, because Kamara was the game changer this year for the New England Saints offense, to where he could add a whole nother dynamic they never had. Rashad could do the same thing for a number of different teams. So,
and by the way,
second round to the first,
having interviewed this kid several times, and I actually heard an interview done this week at the Senior Bowl with this kid, and they're gushing over him. Hey, Rashad, unbelievable! 5th in the Heisman, All-American, and everything else. And he goes, "Hey, look, he's a team guy. There's no me in this." Guy. 0. I don't care how many times I interviewed this kid.
David Johnson. That's who he reminds me of.
David Johnson. He is that kind of a player.
Identical.
Well, if that kind of player is on the board, you want that kind of player. Yeah, I mean,
you're
those
not
are the kind of
back.
players. Yeah, exactly. So
he's a new age running back. He's not just a one-trick pony. That's what I was, sort of thought about him. But as I've done a little, as you were bringing more and more attention, I was watching him actually in the break.
Yeah.
Doing more things than just run the ball. It's like, this guy just isn't a runner. He's not a Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette's a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
No, Penny, he is a multi-dimensional back, and that's the new age kind of back.
And here's another plus with Rashad Penny. Running backs only got so many bullets in the holster. You know what I mean? I mean, there's only so many. And he basically he was a backup for 3 years. I mean, they had Donnell Pumphrey there.
A lot of tread. Yeah.
Exactly. There's a lot of tread on the tire. He only his senior year did he actually, start carrying the load. Like some of these other guys have been doing it 3 or 4 years, and he hasn't. So a lot of tread left on the tires.
You got me believing. I'm a believer in him.
All right, so Rashad Penny. Rashad.
I don't know where I'm getting Rashad from. But
no, that was most guys, but he's Rashad. Rashaad. So
remember that name.
Yes. All right, so let's.
Steve was the one who first discovered him, by the way.
Well, I all year long I was hyping him up. He was second on my final Heisman ballot. All right, so I've been waiting all day for this. Who are you picking in the Pro Bowl? I mean, are you going NFC? By the way, the NFC, for some reason, is a 3-point favorite, or are you going AFC? All right?
I'm going to
hang on this right now.
Even though it's terrible. I can't even stand this game. It's the worst game ever. The worst.
Wow, that's a lot of books. Little one at home?
Yeah.
Let's see. Child-proofing your home, child-proofing your yard, child-proofing your in-laws' home and yard.
Of all the things you can read to keep your child safe, the most important is attached to their car seat.
This is the Shore Sports Network from SFMSports.net. Our broadcast begins in 3 minutes.